Dead to America. I'm an infidel, not doing very, very well. Dead to America. Why gotta live so hard in America? Whoa. Dead to America. 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 Bing, 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 bing.
This is not about who's the coolest, even though I think some would make the argument that Donald Trump is more relatable than Kamala Harris. But when I see young people that are moving back in with their parents or can't afford to get their first house, that has to be a concerning factor when you make a vote for the next president, right?
Yeah, Lawrence, what I can tell you is that as a young voter myself, I'm just appalled by everything. I'm only 20 years old, but it's already heartbreaking for me to see America right now in ruins, that we are seeing the left just going from extremism to extremism to extremism. And one key big issue, like how you mentioned the economy, it's not just the economy that we are concerned about, it's the whole culture that has been shifting, that has been radicalized, in fact. And that as a young voter, it's just really hard to really vote for the party that puts tampons in boys' bathroom, that's putting men in women's sports, and that's going after parents for not letting their children transition. And that is why young men like me are trending conservative right now.
Yeah, it's such a good point. But Ian, it looks like, and by the way, you guys at Campus One do great work in covering those stories on campus, but Ian, they want to buy your vote. So they're saying, hey, we're going to give you $25,000 for your first home. We're going to actually eliminate your college debt. Even though the Supreme Court said you can't do it, we're still going to try to force it down. Can they buy your vote?
Well, they can't anymore because little did Kamala know. Actually, just 4 years ago, I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. I was a socialist. And then until I started really studying the policies that they are talking about, I've came to realize that it's just a blanket promise for votes, that these policies, that they are no longer afraid to call themselves socialists. These socialist policies have just ruined countries. They ruin families, and they just put everything in shambles. And I really just don't hope that they ever get practiced in the United States of America.
Well, Ian, I'm glad to have you on our side and that you left it. And hopefully you can inspire some other young people to do the same thing. Thank you for getting up this morning.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.